Hello, my name is Jamie and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Unlike any other YouTube channel that showcases Pokemon Go PvP content, mine exclusively showcases Shadow Pokemon. So, if you're into that type of content, I'd appreciate if you could like and subscribe. So, let's get into today's video. In today's video, we'll be taking a look at Shadow Double Legacy Gyarados. Shout out Jeff Love from PvP Fight Club. He's also a very elite battler. He reached top 100 in the wild last season and he suggested running this. So, the team we're running today is going to be Shadow Gyarados lead, running, Dragon Tail, which I did use a fast elite TM, Aqua Tail, I evolved on Community Day, and Crunch. In the back, we're going to use our standard moveset Shadow Machamp as we need more reliable steel counters. It's going to run in Counter, Cross Chop, and Rock Slide. And as always, the big thick boy in the back, best buddy, Shadow Snorlax running Lick, Body Slam, and Superpower. I ran this team yesterday for 6 sets. I went 16, 13, and 1. I had one game crash where it gave me an instant loss. I also had a couple of other issues with lag and various other stuff. However, we are going to showcase my last set of battles. Without any further ado, let's get right into it. So, in this first matchup, we pick up a lead against a Giratina Origin. You can see the Legacy Dragon Tail's really starting to chunk away. They're at 7, so I do shield up the Shadow Ball. We correctly shield. And they actually switch into a Mamoswine. Mamoswine is not going to appreciate these Aqua Tails. So we fire off the first one, that gets the shield. And the energy generation from Dragon Tail is quite decent. We fire off the second one and we look to snipe with Machamp, which we do so. So we are on even shields and they're down a Pokemon. Back in comes this Giratina, which is Energy Dry. We're going to fire off this Rock Slide, which should do a nice bit of chip damage, which it does. Charge move coming through. We're going to let this go down as Machamp's done its job. Shadow Ball takes us out. We're going to wait out a switch timer and I'm actually going to come in with Snorlax. So I imagine they are going to swap. And in the back they've got a Dragonite. So we're going to fire off this Body Slam. Snorlax Dragonite is a fairly neutral matchup. They're building up a lot of energy. They are going to have to throw the Hurricane to take us out, but I'm not going to shield. They do throw the Hurricane. And now we're going to look for our Gyarados to Dragon Tail down the remainder of the team, which it does here. So straight away you can see the Dragon Tail coming in clutch. We pick up another great lead against the Giratina Origin. Gyarados is super squishy, so we do have to respect the Shadow Ball. They're at 7 Shadow Claws, so I respect the Shadow Ball. We actually get bait with an ominous win. I build up a bit of extra energy and I go straight for this Crunch. Crunch will take the opponent out unless they shield. They do put up a shield. I'm counting the Shadow Claws. When they get back to the 7 required for Shadow Ball, I switch out and catch on my Shadow Snorlax. We successfully catch a Shadow Ball, and in comes a Swampert. Charge move coming through. This is just going to be a Hydro Cannon, which we are going to have to take. Gets us down to about half health, and we get this Body Slam off. Body Slam should do a nice bit of chip damage to Swampert. Gets them into the yellow, and the opponent beats us to this next charge move. This Hydro Cannon should get us really low. We get a nice bit of go battle lag, so we lag, and the Swampert gets a little bit of extra energy. So we wait out our switch time, and we bring back in the Gyarados. Charge move coming through. We can tank a Hydro Cannon. We are squishy, but we do survive, and obviously we double resist these Mud Bombs. So back in comes Giratina. Build up a little bit more energy, and I fire off this resisted Aqua Tail, which is enough. Take them out, and I'm already spamming out my Machamp. In the back, they've got a Metagross. This is where you want the Shadow Machamp. Shadow Machamp does beat Shadow Metagross, or normal Metagross, sorry, in the one shield, unlike the regular. The opponent actually lets this charge move come through, which is a mistake on their part. I am now going to be able to shield up this Meteor Mash, and I am going to be able to commit to the counter down. Metagross is 2 bullet punches short of their charge move, and I've got the back-to-back cross chop ready, so GG's to the opponent. So moving on into this next battle, we've got a really terrible lead against Melmetal. The Thunder Shocks are hitting us for double super effective damage, so we switch out into our big boy Snorlax, and we are met with a Dialga. Snorlax can win this matchup in even shielding scenarios. This is one of the few times I really am going to want to win switch, as our Gyarados really does not want to see Melmetal. Build up to the back-to-back Superpower and a bait with a Body Slam. We successfully bait, and now I'm going to fire off this Superpower.
due to all the additional lick damage, this superpower would be enough to KO. The opponent actually shields. However, we beat him to the next superpower. Even debuff, this superpower should be almost enough to take him out. One more lick and we take him out. So Snorlax wins switch, upper shield. Back in comes Melmetal. The Melmetal throws its energy. Rockslide. We're going to now flip this open matchup so we can bring in our Shadow Machamp. Charge move coming through. I expect this to be the superpower. The opponent actually baits us with a rockslide. And in the back there is a Kyogre. So we're going to fire off this cross chop, which should do a nice bit of chip damage. And now we switch out into the Gyarados. Charge move coming through. Resisted Surf does a nice bit of chip damage as Kyogre does have a nice stat product. I am now trying to commit to the Dragon Tail down. We get to another charge move. This will be enough to take out Gyarados. However, one counter is going to take out the Kyogre and we're going to have to cross chop this Melmetal for the lead. I saved my shield in case they had enough energy for a superpower. However, they're not going to get there and Machamp takes the game. GG's to the opponent. In this next battle, we pick up a lead against the Mewtwo. Behind on energy, even Snorlax will struggle to beat this, so we're in a bit of a rough spot. I do try and switch out to catch the Psy Strike, however the opponent doesn't throw. There are 8 Psycho Cuts, I call the bait, and you love to see it. Opponent goes straight for the nuke, hashtag they're not baiting. So we lose our Snorlax, and this Mewtwo is still going to be a problem for this team. Come back in with a Gyarados and I fire off this Aqua Tail. Opponent shields that up. And they switch out into a Yveltal. We even let a Snarl through, so this game isn't going well. Aqua Tail should get them down below half health. Charge move coming through. This is going to be the Dark Pulse. We shield it up. And you can see, when they get to the next Dark Pulse, I switch to catch on my Machamp. Machamp tanks that Dark Pulse no problem, and I'm now going to look to count down 3, 4 Snarls just to get to the next Dark Pulse. We managed to count it down, which is great for us. We're now back in the game. I expect that Mewtwo to come back out, which is dry on energy, which does have energy. So we're going to have to shield up this Psy Strike. And I'm going to look to get this Cross Chop off. Cross Chop even resisted will get them super low, so they do shield. Building up some extra energy, and they switch out into a Dialga. So Cross Chop comes through, gets opponent quite low. Our Gyarados does have energy, so I'm going to have to get enough energy for the back-to-back. We fire off this Aqua Tail, which should be almost enough to take him out. Aqua Tail takes him out. One more Dragon Tail. We're at the crunch. However, this Mewtwo did exit with energy, so we lose CMP and we lose the game. Opponent played really well, made a few really bad mistakes. Obviously didn't respect the Focus Blast in that opening matchup, which was obviously got our Snorlax one shot. And we also let a few fast moves through with poor fast move timing, although with the lag it is quite difficult to fast move denial. So in this next matchup, we pick up a lead against the Togekiss. Togekiss is really bad as Snorlax is our only answer. Again, the Charm comes through, so we're unable to get to this second Aqua Tail. We've got the Togekiss to half health, so we let the Gyarados go down and we bring in our Snorlax. At this stage, we're quite behind, so I'm going to have to commit to the Lick Down. I'm not going to commit a shield either, as it's only an ancient power. So we're now hoping that Snorlax ahead on energy is going to be enough to win out this game. See, this Togekiss is putting a lot of work, as Snorlax is deep in the red. They bring in a Garchomp. So I switch out into a Machamp. I hope the opponent doesn't bait me here. The opponent baits me with a Sand Tomb. However, I'm going to have to start using shields as Snorlax has almost got no HP and Machamp is super squishy. So charge move coming through. The fact that they are staying in can only mean one thing. I think they've got a Dialga in the back. It's going to be the Togekiss double dragon line. Opponent does use their first shield. They've got enough energy now for an Outrage, so I am going to shield this up. Opponent does throw the Outrage. I'm going to look to counter down this Garchomp, which we do successfully. And there is the Dialga that we expected. Charge move coming through. I wonder if the opponent is going to shield, as they know we've got loads of energy on Snorlax. Opponent doesn't shield. Bank the cross chop. We're at the back-to-back superpower, so first one should get the shield, which it does. Second superpower is going to have to take them out just before they get to the Iron Head. So from a really bad position there, our backline did line up perfectly and we managed to clutch out that game. So GG's to the opponent. You can see the legacy move of Dragon Tail on Gyarados was really helpful in a lot of these matchups. However, it is super squishy. In my opinion, if you're going to go with a dragon using Dragon Tail, I would recommend one that does get stabbed. I do believe that Dragonite is better than Gyarados, which you've also seen me showcase on this channel, just because the Gyarados is super squishy and Melmetal is really common, and the double super effective Thunder Shocks are a lot worse than Dragonite that's only neutral to electric. So just like to say thanks for watching. At the time of making this video at 249 subs, so I'd really appreciate if you can smash that subscribe button and we can reach our first milestone of 250 subs. So I'll see you all in the next one. Take care, bye bye.